Hello and welcome back to Growing for the Gold Success Club. I'm Justin, and today we're going to talk a lot about the benefits of a blockchain. And Bitcoin has really brought this to the forefront. We're going to get into a whole bunch of details about some of the benefits and why I think blockchain is here to stay and why it's going to make such a huge difference in our society, in our economy, and going forward with all of our business and things that we're going to do. It's totally just the technology is just going to revolutionize the way things are done in business. And so I want to go over some of the details of why I'm excited about blockchain, and hopefully it's helpful for you. We're going to check out this short video, and we'll be back in just a minute. Hello and welcome back to the Growing for the Gold Success Club. I'm Justin, and I'm very excited to bring this video to you today about blockchain and really what the benefits of blockchain technology are. And if you don't know what blockchain is, it's the technology that Bitcoin has brought to the forefront over the last year or so that's catapulted. You see it in the news everywhere. But what I'm most excited about is the technology behind the system here, what blockchain can do beyond just Bitcoin and across the industries, all the different industries. What I believe is going to be the major revolutionary shift in business is how they use this blockchain technology. So we're going to go through the 5 main benefits of blockchain, and just watch this video and we'll be right back. All right, so just as a review, if you've followed Bitcoin at any point along the way here and seen what they've done, there's a lot of advantages, and there's a lot of people that are jumping on board and really starting to see the benefits of what Bitcoin is doing and what blockchain is doing. And let's talk a little bit more about what the benefits of a blockchain is. And so first of all, what is a blockchain? Blockchain is just a way that people and systems communicate together that is trusted and decentralized. And so one of the first main advantages is that there's no single user in control. So for example, let's say Amazon. It's one of the largest companies out there. Their system, all of the customers' systems are in one centralized location. And if somebody were able to hack that information or kind of break into that information, all that information is stored in one central location and everybody's information would be compromised. With blockchain, it works differently. It's done peer-to-peer, and there's no central location that information is housed. And so therefore, because of how the system is set up, and I won't get all technical on you here, but the way it's set up is through computer algorithms, and it's all done decentralized all across the world, done by major supercomputers. And because of the way that technology is done, it is a trusted source with no central control. And that's a huge key to why many companies are starting to turn to this technology. So that's the first benefit. The second thing is smart contracts, and it's what smart contracts are is basically something along the lines of like being able to set up a business arrangement. Okay, so where Bitcoin, you're just basically making transactions from, say, you to me or me to you, and that's all those computing technologies are done. What a smart contract allows you to do is says, hey, on this date, we're going to have this agreement. Say you and I are buying a house, or I'm buying a house from you. And what it does is it says all the little stipulations you can program into the computer, into the smart contract, and the computers will execute that contract at just the way that we set it up. And that is called a smart contract. And so think about what that can do across industries. So like if we're able to make an agreement, that cuts out a lawyer, right? That cuts out a lot of attorneys if that can be done in a trusted way. And that's what blockchain technology is doing. So that takes us really to number 3 and number 4, where transparent transactions, all of these transactions that happen, anybody can check it. It's a peer-to-peer system. It's not centralized. And therefore, anybody can check to make sure these transactions are being executed correctly at the right time. And like we were saying, number 4 here is cutting out the middlemen. So if you can cut out the middlemen, say in our home buying situation, we cut out an attorney that costs maybe thousands of dollars to make sure that everything's done correctly. But we know that transaction is trusted, and we know that it's being executed just the way our arrangement is made up. man, we'd be able to cut out a lot of costs and a lot of middlemen. And so there's companies out there that are doing things to try to use this to cut out the middlemen and to really drive up their own profits and make it a little bit more low cost for the rest of us consumers. There's some companies that do that, and I'll give you a list in just a minute. But the last thing is it helps you to build a reputation. So, for example, if anybody's ever used eBay, you'll know that when somebody is sitting there and they're looking to buy something, they're going to look at, does the person selling this product have a good reputation within eBay? You know, have they gotten a lot of stars, and you know, are they, are people have the reviews been good? And so with blockchain technology, you can really build up, because it's all done through smart contracts and all done manually or through machines. You'll be able to have help to build a more solid reputation, an online reputation. So let's say, for example, you have a Facebook page. When you build a Facebook page, you can kind of take on different personas one way or the other. You can manipulate it or shift it or, do things to try to paint yourself in a positive light. Well, with blockchain, you eliminate that. And it makes it so that you have trusted sources on the other end of whoever you're doing deals with. You know who you're dealing with on the other end because you can see a list of all their previous transactions. And so there's a whole bunch of benefits to this blockchain technology, but let me just give a few examples of how I see blockchain technology working. So here's a few examples of how this technology can work and is working right now. There's literally hundreds of companies that are launching projects and launching whole new companies to try to incorporate this blockchain technology because it's shifting the landscape of how business is done right now under our noses. And so if you can understand this blockchain technology, understand some of the opportunities, you'll probably have a good chance of finding good investments, and finding, maybe a way to be ahead of the curve in your own life and your own business and your own investing. So here's a few companies that are doing this right now. Walton Coin basically is revolutionizing the way logistics is done inside warehouse. And I'm not going to get into the details. Maybe we'll do another video sometime. But just imagine where right now a large company has somebody in the warehouse that is like their whole job is to report all the information coming and going, all the products coming and going through their doors and making sure everything's tracked and all that kind of stuff. Well, what if technology could do that for you? What if there was no person doing that? What if there was no errors? What if there was no fraud? What if there was no any of that? And everything was done right through a blockchain of technology. Everything can be tracked. Everything's trusted and done through smart contracts and all these other benefits. That's what Walton Coin is doing. So that's an exciting project. Well, there's also projects that are going to be able to do more predictive services. So a company called Augur basically collects all the data, all the information from people that are participating in different transactions, different surveys, and you can make predictions based on the masses, how the masses are doing certain things. You'll be able to use predictive services. Well, what about companies like Power Ledger? Well, Power Ledger, what they're doing is they're saying, listen, there's people that have solar panels right now, and what if you could exchange? Imagine if you had solar panels, and at the end of the month, you had extra solar power built up. Well, you might want to turn around and sell that to somebody. Maybe, it could be somebody in Australia. It could be somebody in England. But somebody links up on this ledger, through the Power Ledger, through the blockchain technology. You make a transaction, and now you're able to sell your extra power solar energy. That's pretty exciting, that kind of technology. And there's so many others, but I just wanted to give you a few real-life examples of what's going on out there, and I hope you understand the benefits and why we're so excited about the benefits of blockchain. This goes way beyond just Bitcoins, but there's literally hundreds and thousands of companies that are shifting and trying to figure out how to incorporate this technology And we just think that it's going to be the biggest shift that we've seen in several decades, basically since the internet came around. That's what we're looking at. So hope this helps explain a little bit about what we're doing here with blockchain and what's going on. And hopefully you can take this information, use it in your own life, and make wise investments. So anyway, thanks for watching.